You have been gifted with a miracle that will completely change your life, and to make it happen, you must stay until the end. This message is not ordinary, it's specific, it's prophetic, and it's meant for you. It's the push that heaven has given you to lift you out of obscurity. God says, at last you have reached your message. It wasn't by accident that you found this. It wasn't a coincidence that this video showed up at this exact moment. This is the sign you were waiting for in the silence, when you thought heaven wasn't hearing you. There is a divine plan unfolding for you right now. Something amazing is about to happen. Doors that have been closed for years will start to open, and not because of your own strength, but by the power of the one who chose you before you were even born. Pay close attention. What you're about to receive is not just a word of comfort. It's a personal revelation. God says, I am showing you your true direction, the reason you are still here. Don't ignore this voice, because while you are listening, heaven is making things fall into place for you. What once seemed impossible will start to make sense. What used to hurt you will begin to heal. This message is the key, and on the following pages, the key will unlock something no one can close. You may have felt that your life had come to a halt, that your strength was gone, and that your prayers went unanswered. But even when you thought nothing was changing, heaven was writing a new chapter for you. What seemed like a delay was not abandonment, it was preparation. It was God shaping you, clearing your path, closing doors that weren't right for you, and removing people who couldn't go with you into the future. There were times when you didn't understand why things were falling apart or why what seemed certain suddenly crumbled. But God whispers to you, what fell wasn't the end, it was the start of something you couldn't yet see. I had to remove what you were holding on to, even though you didn't want to let go, so that there would be room for what truly belongs to you. That job, that friendship, that relationship, or that dream that seemed to disappear were not losses, they were hidden blessings. Many times, you held on to things thinking they were necessary, but you didn't realize how much they were draining you. And now, a new chapter begins, where everything starts to make sense. The pieces of the puzzle are falling into place, and you'll understand that it was never punishment, but divine preparation. There's a fresh energy surrounding you right now, and you will feel it soon. A peace that doesn't come from the world, a lightness in your spirit, and the sense that something huge is about to happen. This isn't just a suggestion, it's fulfillment. The promises that seemed forgotten are waking up. The paths that were blocked are opening with power that no one can stop. Heaven has been watching over you in silence, as others moved forward and achieved the things you longed for, while you felt stuck. But you weren't stuck, you were being prepared. What others got quickly, you will receive with purpose. And when it comes, it won't be small. It will be so great that you will know it could only have come from God. Get ready, because in the next words, you'll discover why heaven kept you hidden, why it paused your journey, and why now it's pushing you forward with so much power. The silence was necessary. In that silence, I rebuilt you, strengthened your spirit, and taught you to listen to my voice more than to the noise around you. But now, it's time to rise. It's time to take your place, to act boldly, because I will speed up your days for you. I will bring forward opportunities, open doors that were once shut, and make way for what was blocked for so long. What was closed for years will open with just one word from me. What once turned away from you will now begin to seek you out. People who never noticed you will start thinking about you for no clear reason. It won't be chance, it will be fulfillment, because I have decided to bring into the open what I hid for a time. But you must believe. You must stay here. As you listen to this message, the anointing is being poured over you. This is not about emotions or random events. It's a heavenly transfer. Everything begins in secret, not on large stages. It starts now, right where no one can see, but where heaven is watching. This moment is a divine calling, a call to step out of hiding, to cast off fear, and put on the cloak of promise. You are not invisible. You never were. You were protected, prepared, and polished, and now you will be lifted up. Every second you spent in the shadows was part of the plan. Every time you felt forgotten, heaven was writing a story that would only unfold for those who endure. Do you know why you will now see what others couldn't? Because you didn't lower your faith. Even though you were rejected, you stayed. Even though you were forgotten, you kept believing. Even though no one cheered for you, you stood strong. And that was heard, a cry that heaven could not ignore. Now the time for the answer has arrived. You need to understand that nothing you went through was wasted. Every tear you shed was a seed. Every moment of silence was training. What felt like a delay was really the perfect setting for my glory. In the coming moments, I will show you what will open first: the door to recognition, provision, or purpose. It all depends on what you have held on to in faith up until now. Listen closely, because what's coming next are not just nice words but declarations. Every word you hear is already moving unseen forces in your favor. In the natural world, it may look like nothing is happening, but in the spiritual realm, the groundwork for your new season is being set. There are 3 doors before you, 3 key phases that will shape what is coming. These are not physical doors, but spiritual ones, and each represents a different stage of your purpose. The first door is the door of recognition. For so long, you worked in silence. You gave without anyone noticing. You helped others build while staying in the background. Even when no one saw you, I did. Every effort, every seed, every act of love you gave in secret had been recorded. That's why the first door will open to reward your consistency. You will be seen, not because you sought fame, but because you remained faithful when no one was watching. Those who once overlooked you will now notice the light I placed in you. The second door is the door of provision. You have walked through times of lack, when you weren't sure how you would move forward. But in this new season, you will not be in need. I will provide not just the essentials, but an overflow. You will see resources, ideas, connections, and opportunities begin to open in ways you never expected. This will be by chance. It's my promise coming true. I am the same God who multiplies the little and turns lack into testimony. And the third is the door of purpose. This one is the most powerful because it opens not by your strength, but by your obedience. When you follow my voice, even closed paths will begin to open. This door is about your destiny, your calling, your mission. Many tried to shut it, but they couldn't. Because what I create, no one can erase. This is the door that will lead you to the very reason you were born. And listen closely, you won't have to force it. When the right moment arrives, you will feel peace. Peace will be the sign. Anything that brings anxiety or desperation is not for me, but whatever brings you calm, even if it challenges you, is the right path. Heaven is telling you, walk with faith. Don't touch the wrong doors, because the right ones are already waiting. That prayer you whispered in the quiet of dawn, when no one else was awake, is recorded. That offering you gave in secret, when you barely had enough for yourself, is noted. The way you protected someone, even at your own expense, is stored in my heart. No act of yours went unnoticed, none at all. I am your Father. I am just, and I know you better than you know yourself. I've seen every tear you shed, and none fell in vain. I felt every word you've spoken, even those you couldn't say. All of that was a seed, and every seed has a harvest time. Before this month ends, you will receive news that will change your life forever. The blessings and miracles that have been set aside for you will multiply. Open your heart and receive them with all your faith. Write 1212 as a sign of your readiness to receive and share miracles with your loved ones. What's coming will not be just for you. It will be a wave of blessings that will touch your family, transform your home, change your relationships, and fulfill your purpose. Prepare to experience the beauty of what was grown from your tears. I raise kings from the dust. I lift up the humble. I bring surprises that no one can explain. And this is what I will do for you. A surprising shift, a new beginning full of honor, a return with a clear purpose. Your name will be remembered, but now with authority, with divine value, with multiplied grace. I have already started spreading your name far and wide. People who never knew you will begin to speak of you. Places you never dreamed of reaching will start to open up. I'm moving the plans of people who never realized who you are. I am stirring hearts, wakening memories, shifting territories where your promise will be fulfilled. Something is about to be birthed, and it is already covered with my favor. What was once just a promise is now becoming a reality. What was dreamed in secret will soon be celebrated openly. Don't worry if you haven't seen the signs yet, because I have already spoken my word, and my word never returns empty. Don't fear the questioning looks that will come your way. Many will try to figure out how this happened, but they won't find human answers, because I will do it in a way that makes it clear. It will be heaven's doing. You won't be because of your abilities, connections, or strategies. It will be my hand lifting you up. It will be my breath that takes you to places you never imagined. I will use your life to confuse the proud. Those who thought they couldn't be reached will see how my favor is upon you. I will use your story to heal the broken-hearted, to show that even through pain and loss, I am still writing stories of healing. Your victory will become a beacon of hope for those who almost gave up, for those who look at your journey and think, if he can, if she can, I can believe too. The time is coming, and it won't be long, when you will enter spaces and no longer be overlooked. They will seek you out for what you carry inside, not just for what you seem to be. They will listen to you with attention. They will begin to appreciate your ideas, your talents, and your presence. The same doors that once closed will now open effortlessly, and the same places where you were turned away will become places of favor. And when this happens, remember, it was I who opened every door. It was I who held your hand when no one else was there. It was I who taught you to keep moving forward without applause, to believe when there were no promises, to stand strong when everyone else left. Every step you took in faith has led to this moment. Everything that was blocked because you were forgotten will now be set free. Everything that was trapped because your name was overlooked will now be released. You will see how what once seemed stuck will suddenly start moving. It's not luck, it's fulfillment. I am restoring lost time and bringing back what seemed buried. I chose to place you back at the center of the path. not as someone who comes asking, but as someone who arrives with purpose, with promise, and with destiny. The time of silent tears has ended. The time of wondering why you were invisible is over. No one can stop what I decided would grow. Your name will be spoken by those in power. Your presence will be needed where you once were left out. And all of this will happen without you forcing it, without pushing yourself, and without begging for a place. It will be like a light that shines and cannot be hidden. Living proof that my favor is real, that my grace is unshakable, and that those who stay faithful in secret will be the ones honored in public. While you struggled to hold back your tears, I was pouring fresh oil over you. While you thought you were falling, I was quietly lifting you up. And while everything around you seemed to say end, heaven was writing beginning. Nothing you went through was for nothing. In every moment of silence, in every battle, in every tear, I was shaping something greater inside of you. Now, your voice will be heard with attention. Your presence will be honored, and your name will be mentioned with respect, not because you forced it, but because my favor is being shown. You won't have to fight for a place. You won't need to prove your worth, because the very air will shift when you walk into a room. Where you once faced resistance, there will now be openness. Where doors were once shut to you, others will now open them on your behalf. Because you carry the sound of a promise fulfilled, because you carry the presence of my Spirit. Many will remain quiet when they see you return. They will know how to respond. They expected your end. They did expect your new beginning. But I believe in new beginnings. I create fresh starts from the dust. I resurrect dreams from sorrow. I rebuild paths from confusion. And with you, I will do something so surprising that those who saw you fall won't understand how you rose so high. The world will see that the time you spent waiting wasn't wasted, it was time invested. It was the process that turned your pain into power, your weakness into purpose, and your waiting into a story of triumph. You were like a seed buried underground, unseen but alive. And now comes the season when what grew in the dark will bloom in the light. There are influential people who are about to be touched by me, so they will remember you. This isn't by chance. I am bringing your name into conversations where you're not even present. I am awakening forgotten memories, reactivating connections that seemed lost, and preparing the hearts of those who hold the keys to new opportunities for you. This is not just a network of people. It's not human influence. This is divine intervention. Old dreams are being brought back to life because I am reviving your path. Those projects you set aside because you didn't feel good enough. Those plans you buried thinking it was too late. Those talents you hid because you thought they had no worth. I am bringing them back. But this time, I won't just give you the idea. I will also give you the support, the resources, and the recognition that was missing before. You will feel the change in the air around you, how the atmosphere becomes lighter, how opportunities start to come your way without you needing to chase them. This won't be by chance. It will be fulfillment, because I've seen your faithfulness. I've measured your heart, and I know you're now ready to carry what once would have been too much. Heaven does not act randomly. Every delay had a reason, so that when fulfillment came, you wouldn't lose it because of immaturity, fear, or needing approval from others. And now, your spirit is aligned, your faith is strong, your identity is clear, and that's why what's coming will not be fleeting. It will be steady. It will be lasting, it will be eternal. I am about to do something with you that many will not fully understand at first glance. What's coming is not just a period of success or recognition, but a time of purpose fulfilled. I have prepared you for far more than you ever imagined. What you went through in silence was the training that has now made you ready to lead, to inspire, and to restore others. I will make you a safe place for those who are tired today. You will be a comfort for those who have no strength left. You will be a living example of hope for those who have lost their faith. Your name will be remembered by important people, yes, but it will never be bigger than the purpose I have placed inside you. It will never be greater than the anointing that now flows over your head. It will never be greater than the impact your story will have on others. Because the value of your name will not be in the praise you receive, but in the lives you transform wherever you go. Where you once passed by unnoticed, you will now leave your mark. In hearts that once showed indifference, you will now plant hope. Every step you take will have meaning. Every word you speak will bring light to places of darkness. Those who once turned away without explanation will return, touched by the change in you. Some will come quietly, unsure how to approach, unable to understand what has happened to you. But you won't need to explain, because your presence alone will show my power. They will see in you the proof that I can raise up those everyone had given up on. The doors that once stayed closed will now open wide. The spaces that once ignored you will now be waiting for you. You won't need to force your way in, because the same wind that once worked against you will now be blowing in your favor. And when all of this begins to happen, remember, when I make a decision, there's no one who can argue against it. When I seal something, no one can undo it. When I speak, everything moves. My word doesn't need defending, only fulfillment. This is the time when my promises stop being just words and become reality. You are about to see how what you once prayed for becomes part of your daily life. Not because you made it happen, but because the perfect time has come. Your season of planting is over. Now begins the harvest that you've waited for through tears. What is starting to show up now is not just a personal reward, but a flood of favor that will touch everything around you. My blessings don't come halfway, they come complete. When I decide to move you into a new season, everything around you begins to align with you. The pieces that once didn't fit now fall into place. The people who didn't understand your purpose now start to see it clearly. The places that once rejected you now get ready to welcome you. I am going to touch your home. There will be peace where there was once conflict. There will be provision where there was once lack. The struggles that drained you will begin to resolve in ways you never expected. I am restoring the relationships that were wrongly broken. I am bringing together what was separated, healing what was torn apart, and breathing new life into what you thought was lost. Your family will see my power. Some who still doubt will witness what I am about to do in your life. You won't have to convince them with words, because your transformation will speak louder than anything you could say. The glow on your face will be a clear sign that heaven is supporting you. What once felt heavy will now feel light. What used to hold you back will now push you forward. I am also touching your projects. Those ideas you put on hold, those plans that scared you to start now, they will get my boost. There will be new creativity, fresh ideas, and strategies that won't come from books or human advice, but directly from my spirit. I will connect you with the right people, unexpected resources, and opportunities that will open doors where before there were only obstacles. This will not all happen at once, but in the perfect order. Don't worry if you don't see it all right away. My work is careful, steady, but always moving forward. Each day will bring a sign, every week a confirmation, and each month a new step forward. I am building something lasting, not something temporary. And while all of this unfolds, you will continue to feel my hand guiding you. There will be days when my presence will cover you in such a way that you will know you are no longer facing battles alone. You will feel peace where fear once lived, clarity where confusion once was, and joy where there was once tiredness. That will be the proof that you are on the right path. Don't think that the enemy used your waiting time against you. In fact, it was heaven who used that time to prepare you. And now, what once felt like a test will become your foundation. What was painful will become your testimony. What was once dark will now shine with purpose. And remember, nothing that's coming will be weak or fragile. You won't need to fear losing what's coming, because it doesn't depend on human hands. It is solid, secure, and lasting, built on my word. And when my word comes to pass, nothing and no one can stop it. Now that what I promised is beginning to take shape, I want to teach you to stay grounded, because every promise carries responsibility. As you rise, keep your heart pure. Don't forget where I brought you from. Remember the times when you had no strength, no direction, and it was only my grace that kept you going. Those days laid the foundation of the strength you have now. Don't let the brightness of this new season take away the purity that was born in the quiet moments. Stay humble. Humility isn't thinking less of yourself. It's remembering that everything you have comes from me. Every success, every relationship, every victory, and every word being fulfilled now is a sign of my faithfulness, not your luck. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't try to compete. Don't measure your worth by applause or numbers. What sustains you is not the world's approval, but my unchanging favor. There will be voices that try to distract you, people who will want to claim credit for your success, and others who will try to downplay what I am doing in your life. Don't defend yourself. Don't lose your peace. Let silence be your shield, and let your actions speak for you. I will speak for you when it's needed. I will stand by your name when necessary. Learn to recognize the signs. Not everything that looks good comes from me. Some doors might seem perfect, but they may just lead to distractions. So, before you move forward, seek my peace. Peace will be your guide. Where you feel calm, flow, and confirmation, there I will be. But where you sense restlessness, resistance, or confusion, stop and do not move forward, because that is not my direction. The enemy will try to make you believe that you don't deserve this new season. He will remind you of your mistakes, your failures, and your weakest moments. But I say to you, what has been covered by my grace can no longer accuse you. Don't look back with guilt. Look at your past with gratitude. Everything that hurt you has prepared you to carry the glory that is now coming. I will make you walk with confidence. Your mind will be stable. Your spirit will remain peaceful, even when everything around you seems to be changing. You will be like a tree planted by water, with leaves that do not fade, and fruit that never fails. Everything you put your hands to will prosper. In the midst of all this, there will be times of deep understanding. You will start to see why things that once seemed unfair happened. You will realize that nothing in your life was random. Every loss, every wait, every goodbye was part of a divine plan that brought you right here. Right now, I am opening your spiritual ears. You will start to hear my voice more clearly. I will speak to you through your thoughts, through signs, through dreams, and everything will have the same thread. the same direction, and the same purpose. You will no longer walk by guesswork, but by certainty. You will no longer move by impulse, but by understanding. You are being blessed with a miracle that will change your life completely. But to see it come true, you must stay here until the end. This word is not ordinary. It is specific. It is prophetic, and it is meant for you. It is the push heaven gave you to bring you out of the shadows. God says, at last you have reached your message. It wasn't by chance that you found this message. It wasn't a coincidence that this video appeared to you right now. Right now, at this moment, it is the sign you've been waiting for during the quiet times when you thought heaven wasn't hearing you. There is a divine order being set in motion over your life right now. Something is about to open in front of you. Doors that were once shut for years will start to open, not by your strength, but by the power of the one who chose you before you were born. Pay close attention. What you're about to receive isn't just a word of comfort. It's a personal revelation. God says, I am showing you your true direction, the purpose for which you are still here. Don't ignore this voice, because while you listen, the heavens are working on your behalf. What once seemed impossible will start to make sense. What caused you pain will begin to heal. This message is a key, and in the pages ahead, that key will unlock something no one can shut. You felt like life came to a halt, like your strength ran out, and like your prayers were unheard, but heaven remained silent. Yet, while you thought nothing was happening, heaven was writing a new story for you. What you thought was a delay wasn't abandonment, it was preparation. It was God's time shaping your character, clearing your path, closing doors that didn't fit your future, and removing people who couldn't go with you to where you're headed. There were times when you didn't understand why things were falling apart, why something that seemed secure crumbled overnight.